Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again, another reaction for you guys. Today, guys, of course, you're continuing the journey of Ben 10 Alien Force. This is Season 3, Episode 10. Of course, I won't know the title until I get into the episode. Last week's episode was awesome. It was so cool because Charmcaster, not Charmmaster, said that once. It's stuck. It's whatever. It's fine. Charmcaster was back. And it was so cool to see her. I love the redesign. So people were actually commenting saying they didn't like the redesign. But most people were saying, this is awesome. People were pointing out, looked like Enchantress from Marvel. I'm like, that's a good comparison because I really didn't think about that. I was like, oh, that's just a really cool design for Charmcaster. And she was not having it, okay? She was back because of Gwen. She's been waiting all this time, and I'm wondering how long she's been basically spying on them, waiting for this opportunity to make her grand entrance, re-entrance, if you will, back into the franchise. And how'd she do it? Going after Kevin. And mentioning, and this was a fair point, but I think we all kind of knew that Gwen just wasn't not doing anything trying to help Kevin, with the accident and everything, and trying to, fix him essentially, or basically revert him back to being who he, was and everything. But, she makes the point, well, if she really cared about you, then why isn't she doing this? Why is she helping you? And then it turns out Gwen's been doing this, like researching this whole time. And it actually ends on a kind of a sad-ish note, the episode. I was actually quite surprised, because usually we kind of wrap it up, okay, we're ending on kind of a lighthearted note, or at least a good moment. Not so much last week's episode, because Ben was like, look, you heard her. She's been researching this all this time whenever we're not doing things. And yeah, Kevin, like, you really screwed up here. And then it ends. I'm like, wow, like, that's kind of surprising. So I'm assuming, based on how in the episode ended, that things are not going to be, moving forward smooth. It's not going to be smooth sailing. It's going to be probably some tension. We'll see what happens. But anyways, guys, let's dive in. Let's check out this next episode. I can't wait to get into it. Let's go.
Darkstar!
Oh,
Just
shit.
the creep I've been looking for.
Your misery?
You're going back to the North Void where you belong.
Ooh.
Stand still! You got this beatdown coming!
I'd almost forgotten how tedious you can be. I wanted you to find me, Kevin. Both
For
our
what?
lives depend on it.
If this is one of your tricks!
I assure you I am entirely
assure you.
sincere. Do you like being trapped in your current hideous
Trade
form?
off.
About as much as you like being a butt-ugly energy-sucking vampire.
What would you say if I told you there was a way for both of us to become normal again? This is the Dominus Librium, an ancient instrument of extraordinary power. After a great deal of effort and expense, I have managed to track the artifact. I believe this relic can restore the two of us to normal.
What's
Not
the cost,
that I don't
though?
trust
What's
you,
the
which
cost?
I don't.
I require your unique abilities to retrieve the Librium, and I am willing to trade you the cure for your help. Are you willing to momentarily put aside our differences in order to be
Don't
cured?
trust him. Don't trust
Got
him.
a feeling
No.
I'm gonna regret this.
Kevin's plumber badge isn't responding.
He's
Try it
busy.
again. The Forever Knights aren't gonna kick their own butts.
Forever Nights. Oh, they have a ship? Okay. Okay.
This island has been submerged for centuries. A
Submerged.
recent undersea upheaval brought it to the surface. Tread carefully. Those who built this temple did not take kindly to trespassers.
Uh-oh.
Oh, okay.
This can't possibly be good.
It's not good at all. There you go. Ooh, destroyed. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Saved him.
Well,
I still don't
that
trust
was-
him. No. Oh. It's that simple. It was right in the door. I thought it'd be like a maze and other stuff going on. I don't know.
Impressive.
Let's get going.
Oh boy. Yeah, I figured. Triggering a trap. Fight it. Oh my god. There you go.
This gizmo must have been holding the place together.
Yep. Run. Just don't stand there and move. Go. What are you doing?
Get this crate airborne now.
Oh my god. They're gonna die. I know they won't, but yeah. Oh, it sunk back again. Okay. How convenient.
It allows allows me to absorb enough energy from you to make you normal again.
And
While
himself.
the influx of your energies restores me to normal as well. Do it.
I don't trust it.
Okay,
Oh my god,
now
oh my
what?
god, oh my god.
Can't you feel it? The Librium's transferring your excess energy into me.
Wait! Stop it! Stop!
Wait, why stop?
Part of wait, stop. No, didn't you understand? Huh?
Yeah.
My face. Can't morph, can't absorb. I'm cured.
Now neither of us can absorb energy.
It actually
Okay.
hurt.
Sure. You're welcome.
I knew it.
It would be wise of you to never again cross my path.
Wow, I
Still no
wasn't
word from Kevin?
expecting it to work.
Where have you been? What's
Well,
with the black eye?
well.
Is it supposed to make you look tougher?
You're not wearing your ID mask.
Nope.
No.
Back to human. How'd you do it?
Well,
Gwen's been working on a
yeah.
cure for months. Hey, I'm better. What else matters?
And that black eye you're sporting?
Oh, that? So we got any plumber business to take care of, or what? Don't we always?
What about the
Come
Forever
on,
Knights?
We'll fill you in on the way. So the Forever Knights are at it again, huh?
Well,
Yeah,
you
we
know,
got to
they
the
always
robbery
are.
too late. They were already gone.
You'd better wait here.
What?
What?
But
I mean it.
Yeah.
what happens when you two finally get your licenses?
Well? Oh, okay.
Big chair.
Not Humongosaur.
Never what I asked for.
Well, that was a nice maneuver out of the fire. Yeah. Nice. Watch your back. Ooh.
Run away! Run away!
Run away!
Time to
I was
put
scared.
creeps on ice. They weren't going anywhere without their distributor, Cap. Powered or not, Kevin, you're still an important part of this team. We need you. It's maybe a movie or something later.
Ooh. Oh.
After I make sure you can live with whatever it is you've done.
Love the platforms. I don't know why. I just love it so much.
Tell me what you did to him, and maybe I'll go easy on you.
Tell you. It absorbed his power and transferred it to me.
I figured
I
it
can no
did.
longer absorb energy on my own.
Oh my god.
Finally.
Still no answer?
No?
Nothing. My calls go straight to voicemail.
Oh boy.
And she has her plumber's badge turned off. Okay, stop staring at me like that. You're creeping me out. So talk. I made a deal with Michael Morningstar, okay?
Yeah!
Gwen must have figured it out.
Oh my god. He'll definitely split up. Oh my god, they're all jumping in. You just stand there. Nothing. Damn, this sucks. Oh my god, guys, come on, get there, get there, get there.
Looking for me, lovely Gwen.
Haven't got any handy, so you'll just have to settle for.
Not Swampfire. He actually got Swampfire. Okay. Nothing.
Thank you for giving me your power, lovely Gwen. Suppose I take yours as well.
Oh shit. Kevin, gotta do something.
Give me all your power!
Kevin's gotta destroy that device or something. Come on, do something.
Hang on, Gwen.
Oh, okay.
Don't.
Ooh. Jesus. Oh my god.
Are you all...
What? What's? Oh,
Yeah.
figured that.
Back to it.
I'm so sorry.
Someday, you will all pay.
Where am I?
Where am I? This was a pretty damn good episode for a couple of different reasons. I was actually surprised seeing Michael Morningstar opening the episode, but it ties in. And I didn't even think about this. The thing of Michael and Kevin both going through similar situations where their bodies have been changed because of something occurring, of course, throughout the storylines or whatever. They're not the same in that aspect. But in terms of what they're going through right now, very similar. So having Michael basically setting a trap, if you will, for Kevin to locate him. And only Kevin, by the way, right? Like, it wasn't like Ben and Gwen and Kevin who are normally together. It's just Kevin. And he's aggressive right off the bat. Like, he runs in there, and I'm thinking, is he being more aggressive because of him and Gwen not on good terms? And maybe that has something to do with it. They really didn't address that too much. But he was, like, slamming in there, attacking Michael Morningstar. Like, just like, ah! Going crazy. And he's like, look, he's like, hold on, I brought you here for a reason. And obviously, ultimately, the device or the artifact, if you will, that he located in this book from that's on an island that just basically reemerged from the depths of the ocean, and it submerged itself again after they left. I don't know about that part, but saying, hey, there's this device that will make both of us better, which ultimately it did, but not for Kevin's benefit. Oh, he was human again. He was fine, but no powers. He didn't have his abilities like he did in the beginning of Alien Force, and Michael Morningstar basically essentially stole it with that artifact. I know there's a name for it, but there's no way I'm going to remember that name. And it actually helped him absorb energy. He was able to absorb energy again. And that's what he used because he took Kevin's powers. But he's like, Kevin, like, I'm going to make you human again. You're not going to have powers ever again. And he's like, I don't know, I shouldn't trust you. And he still shouldn't have. And then we had a subplot that was barely, like, it was just there. It was just the Forever Knights. They could have had something else, or maybe nothing at all. Maybe focus just solely on the actual main plot in terms of Michael Morningstar, Kevin, and all this kind of stuff. But I guess they had to have a little bit something else going on to explain what Gwen and Ben are doing when Kevin's away. But they still could have, done something. But they also made a point to show how Kevin is useful when he doesn't have powers, because he was able to basically take some sort of part out of the truck so that it wouldn't start up when the Forever Knights are trying to run away, and he had those big pipes to throw at some of the Forever Knights. So he wasn't completely useless, he was actually useful. So I guess that was part of the thing, like, hey, we're going to have a little bit of a Forever Knights subplot, not really meaning anything, but it's to show whenever Kevin is there with no powers, but he's human again, that he still is useful, right? So that's good. But of course, Michael lied. And the whole entire trip to the actual island itself was kind of funny because we had these giant, like, stone heads. And when they came out of the ground, I'm thinking they're going to be gigantic, like these gigantic statues that are proportioned to the head, to the entire body. But no, that they were just giant heads with little bodies. And they're just, like, slamming or whatever. And the thing is, too, if you're going to use these kind of guards, if you will, to the actual, I guess pyramid or whatever you want to call it, to the actual location of the device itself, which is right through the door, by the way. It wasn't like it's some sort of maze or some sort of, you gotta like actually go through some other traps or whatever. They're right inside the door. Wouldn't they want to make the guards that are standing outside of it small enough that can actually fit in if they have to follow the people in there? Because once they go in, they're fine until, of course, they take the device off. Kind of reminds me a little bit, kind of like Indiana Jones. Like that infamous scene, I forget which Indiana Jones it was. Was it the first film or whatever? He pulls that artifact off, and then of course here comes all the mayhem and stuff with the trap. So it's kind of like paying, maybe that's what their whole intention was, to kind of pay homage to that, maybe. Now, I kind of figured the episode wasn't over, because I looked over at my timer on my OBS as it was recording, and I saw where we're still a good portion away from the episode being over, but they're kind of playing it up like, hey, everything's gonna be kind of fine now, Kevin's back to normal. But then that's when Kevin was in the car like, hey, Gwen, you want to go see a movie? Maybe you want to... He's trying to fix things, right? Gwen touches his hand for a brief second. You see the flash of Dark Star. You see the mask. She knows something's going on. She's like, and I like the line she gave too when Kevin drove away. By the way, he's like, do you know I'm really cute now? Or I'm really, I'm better looking now or whatever. That was like a funny little thing he said as he drove off. But she's like, but her point about, I just got to hope that you're okay with living with what you did to yourself, or something to that effect. I forget the exact line, but the way she worded that, I'm like, that's a good line, because Kevin's okay, it seems, by being human with no absorbing powers like he used to have, and him just being himself again, being human. But she's like, I don't know if you're really okay with this. I got to make sure you are okay with this. I got to figure out what the hell's going on. And then, of course, Gwen doesn't tell Ben, because that would be too smart. If Gwen just told Ben, hey, I think Dark Star had some involvement with something's going on with Kevin, clearly Dark Star had some sort of involvement. But instead she doesn't tell him, she just runs off. And then that's where Kevin has to tell Ben, okay, don't look at me like that, but look, I made a deal with Michael Morningstar and we got this artifact. He's like, what? And of course, they kept the tradition up of where Ben is not getting the aliens he wants. He wanted to go Humongosaur when he was going to fight the Forever Knights. He got Big Chill, which is a good sequence, by the way, seeing Big Chill being used. It's still weird to see Big Chill a little bit of time. Someone else commented this a little while ago when Big Chill popped up again, or it might have been sometime before when Big Chill popped up. But I remember seeing a comment saying that it's still kind of weird seeing Big Chill after knowing that Kevin's Big Chill had babies and Ben's basically a dad. You know, it's still kind of a weird thing because once you see that episode, you can't unsee that and think the same way to Big Chill as you did beforehand. But then, of course, Ben wanted to turn into a Jet Ray. Well, Ben did turn into Jet Ray when he was flying off with Gwen earlier in the episode. But when he was going to turn, I think, Jet Ray again, he got Echo, which, by the way, like, hey, just hop in the car. And all the Echo replicas were jumping in. That was a funny little moment. That was funny. But he got Swampfire. He actually got Swampfire. Here's the problem, though. With Gwen showing up and then eventually Kevin and Ben, the problem is when Ben turns into Swampfire and Gwen's there, that artifact that is attached to Michael, he can just absorb their powers. And that's exactly what he's doing. They didn't do a close-up shot of Ben as Swampfire, but you could see at one kind of shot off to the side, he's turning gray and he's like, you know, his color's basically gone. Same thing with Gwen. We did see those up close shots, but they were, I don't know what, I guess that was like a timing thing or whatever, but I kind of wish they would have showed more of Ben, like, you know, his powers being taken or whatever. But Kevin had to make a choice, and I think Kevin made the right choice. You know, I think, obviously, because if Kevin didn't make the choice he did, Gwen and Ben would be, I don't know about dead, but they would just have no life, and they would have no life essentially anymore. And Michael would be all powerful, especially if he absorbed all of Ben's powers with the Omnitrix. Like, that'd be a disaster, you know, really, really bad. So it's kind of crazy, but I think Kevin made the right choice. He had to make the right choice. He had to, in the sense that he had to. But I overall enjoyed the episode. I thought it was fun. I knew right away not to trust Michael. I just knew not to trust the guy because you just can't trust him. He's a bad guy through and through. You cannot trust Michael Morningstar. So I'm glad that they did bring him back, and then they found a way to incorporate, you know, Kevin and Michael. They've kind of been through some similar stuff in a sense. But ultimately you can't trust him. That was kind of like, it was kind of also telling too when he punched him in the face. Like, okay, well our mutual thing is concluded. Like, okay, but it makes sense why you punched him. But still, it's like we know ultimately that this is not over, right? And I kind of figured it wasn't over, but I wasn't sure. Like, they could have made it to where Michael and Kevin literally are fine now, but obviously that wasn't the case at all. There's always an ulterior motive, and Kevin got the shit in the deal of it, the shit end. But ultimately, he made the decision to go back. So I think with them doing this storyline, it tells me that Gwen is ultimately going to be the one to hopefully find a way to actually help Kevin. Because she said, I haven't made any headway or any major updates or any like major move on to actually helping you since I started. Like saying like, you know, it's really difficult to find how I can reverse this. So it tells me that maybe eventually we will find what that answer is. And maybe that answer is not in books or whatever Gwen's looking into. Maybe it's literally something we haven't thought of. And I'm thinking that's what it is. It's something that is going to be a pretty big change, but I hope it does happen. Because I feel like, you know, but ultimately it is a little bit of a different thing for Kevin to be kind of stuck this way because of the after effects showing there are literally effects to this show when major events occur in terms of the Omnitrix exploding and all that mayhem. So we do have lasting effects of stuff, and that's what really matters is when a show can actually show lasting effects that do affect the show and actually do matter. Because sometimes in shows, in terms of kids shows, there are not really a lot of consequences that are major that last for several episodes or through a storyline. And in this instance, he's been stuck with this for quite a while, you know, and it feels like a longer time than it actually is, but you get what I'm saying. Like, it's a lasting effect that we found a cure for a bit, and now it's back to being the way he's back to being who he was. So it's okay. But anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I really enjoyed this episode. I can't wait to see what happens next. We're getting closer and closer to wrapping up the show Alien Force, but we still have plenty more Ben 10 to go. So it's really exciting, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm curious to know your thoughts, guys. Whatever thoughts you have about the episode, please let me know in the comments below. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace out.